Welcome to Shadow Watch, where the tracks hum with secrets too grim to silence. Picture this: rural Tennessee at dusk. A train whistle shrieks through the pines, but no trains do. Locals call it the ghost train, a phantom rig that rolls without rails. Tonight, I'm unearthing a true story. A hiker named Sam heard it in '93 and chased the sound to nowhere. What's riding those tracks? Hang on tight. This one's gonna rattle your bones and leave you listening for the next scream. Sam Carter was a 29-year-old hiker, lean and restless, always chasing trails through Tennessee's backwoods. He loved the quiet of the hills, camera slung over his shoulder since '91. The Cumberland Plateau stretched wild near Crossville, pines thick and dark hiding old rail lines. Locals whispered of a ghost train, a spectral freight that screamed through the night, untracked and unstoppable. Sam heard the tale at a gas station in '93, boots muddy from a day on the ridge. An old clerk, Ed, squinted over his cigarette. Heard it since I was a kid. Runs where the tracks burned out in '47. Sam grinned. Sounds like a photo op. Ed's face tightened. Ain't no picture worth that sound. Curiosity hooked Sam hard. His next hike cut through the plateau under a fading October sun. Dusk settled fast, air cooling sharp as he pitched camp near a dry creek. The woods stood still. No birds, no wind, just silence pressing in. Then it hit, a whistle low and mournful slicing through the pines. Sam froze. What the hell? He grabbed his camera, checking his watch. 7 p.m. No trains ran here anymore. The sound grew louder, rolling closer, rattling his chest like a pulse. He scrambled up a rise, peering through the trees. Fog crept low, curling around trunks, hiding the ground. The whistle shrieked again, closer now, followed by a rumble deep and steady. Sam whispered, "This is it," snapping shots blind into the haze. His flashlight beam caught nothing but mist, yet the noise swelled, metal grinding, wheels pounding tracks that weren't there. Impossible, he breathed, heart racing fast. The air turned cold, his breath fogging quick as the rumble shook the earth. He swung the camera left, tracking the sound. Shadows flickered in the fog, vague, long, like a train's outline, moving fast through the trees. "Gotcha," he muttered, zooming in. The shutter clicked, but the whistle twisted sharp and angry, cutting off his grin. A voice wrote it faint and broken, "Get away." Sam stumbled back. "Who's there?" The woods answered with silence, then a screech, steel on steel, loud enough to sting his ears. He ran toward it, camera swinging wild, chasing the noise down a slope. Fog thickened, swallowing his light, but the rumble held steady, guiding him blind. He tripped over roots, cursing, "Where are you?" The ground leveled out, slick with damp moss. He stopped, panting hard, flashlight sweeping slow. The whistle blasted close, too close, shaking leaves loose overhead. Sam spun around. "Show yourself." A shape loomed in the mist, tall, dark, a train's front grille, headlights dim and yellow cutting through. "No tracks," he gasped, stepping back fast. The voice came again, clearer now. "You shouldn't be here." It wasn't the wind. It was inside the sound, human and raw. Sam raised his camera, hands shaking. One shot. The shutter clicked as the grill surged forward, fog parting around it. He bolted back up the slope, heart pounding. This ain't right. The rumble chased him, growing louder, shaking the ridge. He glanced over his shoulder. Red eyes glowed faint in the mist, not headlights, but something alive. "What the hell?" he yelled, tripping again, scraping his palms raw. He reached camp, breathless, grabbing his pack. "I'm out." The whistle screamed one last time, fading slow into the night. Sam sat, trembling, flashlight on the trees. Silence returned, heavy and wrong. His camera hung quiet, but the film inside burned with proof, or so he thought. That train wasn't done with him yet, and neither was the voice. This is just the start. It gets deeper. Sam slumped by his campfire, hands shaking as he clutched the camera tight. The whistle's echo lingered in his ears, cutting through the silence like a blade. He muttered, "Just a trick," but his scraped palms stung real enough. Fog hung low, wrapping the pines in a shroud. He checked the film, still loaded, whispering, "I saw it." The night stayed quiet, too quiet, pressing on his chest. Sleep wouldn't come. Around 1 a.m. the ground hummed, soft at first, then stronger, rattling his tin cup. Sam bolted up. Not again. The whistle shrieked sharp and close, splitting the dark. He grabbed his flashlight. "Where are you?" The beam swept the trees, catching fog swirling fast like something pushed through. A rumble followed, deep and heavy, shaking roots loose underfoot. He ran toward it, adrenaline pumping. I need proof. The woods blurred past, branches snagging his jacket. The whistle twisted, angry, now howling through the ridge. Fog thickened, swallowing his light, but he pressed on, guided by the sound. A shape loomed ahead, tall, dark, a train's outline, moving fast, no tracks beneath. Impossible, he gasped, raising his camera quick. The shutter clicked as red eyes flared in the mist, staring back. Sam froze. What the hell? The eyes weren't headlights. They blinked, alive and raw. The rumble grew louder, shaking his bones as the shape surged closer. He stumbled back. Stay away. The voice cut through again. You called me. It came from the train, low and broken, echoing inside his skull. He swung the flashlight, wild, catching shadows. Figures, lining the car's eyeless faces pressed to unseen glass. He turned to run, but the ground shifted, slick and wet, tripping him hard. The whistle screamed overhead, deafening him blind. Get up, he yelled, clawing moss, scrambling back. The train rolled past, fog parting, slow, revealing cars. Rusted, warped, packed with shapes reaching out. A hand stretched from the mist, cold and gray, brushing his arm. Sam jerked away. No. The touch burned, icy, sinking into his skin like a mark. He bolted upright, sprinting blind through the trees. The rumble chased him, relentless, shaking the ridge apart. Leave me alone, he panted, glancing back fast. The red eyes followed, steady and close, cutting through the haze. The voice laughed soft. You can't. Branches snapped behind him, loud and sharp, like steps keeping pace. He burst into camp, breathless, falling by the fire. The rumble faded slow, but the hum stayed, buzzing in his ears. Sam grabbed his pack. I'm out. He tore it open, checking the camera. Film intact. Proof of something. The flashlight flickered dim, catching scratches on his arm. Thin, fresh, where the hand touched. What the hell? He whispered, tracing them, shaky. Morning broke, gray and dull, fog thinning slow. Sam hiked out, legs heavy, eyes darting to every rustle. The whistle stayed silent, but the hum clung tight, like a shadow he couldn't shake. He hit town by noon, showing Ed the scratches. This real enough? Ed's cigarette dropped. You heard it, didn't you? Sam nodded, slow, saw it too. Ed's voice cracked. That train don't stop. Never has. Something was awake now, and it knew his name. This is going off the rails. Don't blink. Sam stumbled into Crossville, scratches on his arm, throbbing hot under his sleeve. Ed shoved a coffee his way. You look like hell. Sam slid the camera across. Develop this. Ed nodded, slow. Better hope it's blank. The hum stuck, with Sam buzzing low like a wire in his skull. He muttered, it's not over, sipping black bitter warmth. Dusk loomed outside, waiting, patient and dark. He crashed at a motel, door bolted tight, curtains drawn shut. The scratches itched worse now, tracing faint lines up his wrist. He grabbed a mirror. What's happening? They glowed soft red, pulsing alive under his skin. The hum spiked sharp, rattling the lamp. Sam dropped the mirror. No way. A whistle shrieked, distant, rolling closer, fast through the pines. He peeked outside, fog curling thick against the glass. The rumble hit hard, shaking the walls loose. Not again, he whispered, grabbing his pack. The whistle screamed loud, splitting his ears. Red eyes glowed in the mist, moving steady toward the motel. He ran out back, door slamming it shut, sprinting blind into the lot. The train's shape loomed tall, cutting through fog, no tracks below. Sam bolted for the woods, heart pounding. Stay away. The rumble chased him, shaking gravel free underfoot. Shadows flickered alongside, eyeless figures, running fast, matching his pace. The voice hissed clear, you're mine now. A hand brushed his neck, cold and quick, jerking him back. He swung wild. Get off. The grip tightened, icy, sinking deep into his bones. He broke free, stumbling hard into a ditch. The whistle roared overhead, deafening him flat. Fog swallowed the lot, hiding the motel hole. Sam crawled up. Keep moving. The red eyes locked on him, closer, now unblinking through the haze. The train rolled past, slow cars rattling loud, packed with shapes. Faces staring blank. Help me, he rasped, voice lost in the din. A figure stepped off, fading into fog, then solid, tall, gray, eyeless, blocking his path. You called, it said, mouth unmoving, voice deep in his head. Sam backed up. I didn't. The scratches burned fierce, glowing bright up his arm. The figure drifted closer. You did. The pack circled tight, red eyes flaring all around. He swung his flashlight, hitting air as the whistle twisted sharp and final. Sam ran blind, tripping fast over roots, crashing through pines. The rumble pinned him, shaking the ridge apart. "Leave me alone," he yelled, throat raw. The train surged alongside, fog parting slow, revealing cars stretched endless into the dark. Hands reached out, clawing air inches from his face. He ducked low. "Not yours." The hum turned to laughter, cold and deep, ringing in his skull. Dawn broke, weak and gray, fog lifting slow. Sam staggered into town, shirt torn, pack gone. Ed met him at the gas station, holding photos. "You got it." The prints shook in his hand, blurry but real. A train in mist, red eyes, glowing faces pressed to glass. Sam grabbed them. "This ends it." But the whistle screamed, faint, rolling closer still. He was marked now, and it wasn't letting go. "Hang tight, the last stop's coming." Sam clutched the photos tight, red eyes glaring back from the grainy film. The whistle hummed faint in his ears, growing louder each breath. Ed shoved a chair his way. "Sit before you drop." Sam shook his head. "It's coming." The scratches on his arm pulsed, hot, glowing soft under torn sleeves. He rasped, "I can't stop it." Fog rolled thick outside, pressing the windows shut. Night fell fast, sealing Crossville in haze. Sam paced the gas station floor. "Gotta move." The rumble hit sudden, shaking shelves, loose cans clattering hard. Ed yelled, "Get out." The whistle screamed, close, splitting glass fine. Sam bolted outside, fog swallowing him whole. Red eyes glowed ahead, leading a train's shape, cutting through no tracks below. He ran blind down Main, lungs burning. Not again. The rumble pinned him, shaking asphalt apart. Shadows flanked the cars, eyeless riders, reaching out fast. The voice hissed, "You're home." A hand grabbed his wrist, cold and strong, pulling sharp. Sam swung free. "Not yours." The scratches flared bright, lighting his arm red. The train surged closer, grill looming tall, fog parting slow around it. He stumbled into an alley, panting hard, hide. The whistle twisted, angry, shaking walls loose overhead. Red eyes locked on him, unblinking through the mist. The pack stepped off, fading, then solid, gray, eyeless, circling tight. "You called us," they said, voices layered deep. Sam backed up. "I didn't." The scratches burned fierce, crawling up his neck now. The lead figure grinned. "You did." A week later, Ed found the station, empty, photos scattered on the floor. Sam was gone. No pack, no trace, just a whistle fading slow into the pines. Locals hushed. Train got him. A camper snapped a shot last month near the plateau, blurry but clear. Sam among eyeless riders, staring blank from a rusted car. Uploaded shaky. He's still there. The twist slammed in. The train didn't haunt the tracks, it hunted the living. Every soul it marked rode it forever, a growing freight of the lost. That 47 wreck never stopped. It evolved, collecting passengers, patient and tireless. A hiker heard it last week, whistle, shrieking faint, calling through the ridge. She ran, swearing, "I ain't next." It's not dead, it's waiting. Locals hear it some nights, rolling endless through Tennessee's dark. The ghost train picks its riders calm and quiet, maybe you crossing those pines alone. One sound and you're marked. No running from that ticket. So what's your take? That's the real chill of Tennessee, a train that never unloads. Comment below. Ever heard a whistle in the woods? Like if this shook you, or dislike if you'd hike it. Good luck. Subscribe for more shadows that roll. Share this if you dare, and stick around. Next tale's steaming up, unless you're too spooked to board. Who's dodging a train ride tonight?